Devin Haney is going to knock out Regis Prograis? Question mark. In this video, I examine a long list of comments that I've gotten on my channel, as well as some of the things I've seen floating around on social media, Twitter. This is your boy JG. This is the Punch Report. In this video, rumor has it Devin Haney is going to knock out Regis Prograis. Let's get into it. Now, the build up to this fight, I got to give a special shout out to DAZN. They've finally done a great job promoting a fight that people actually want to see. Devin Haney coming up from 35, former undisputed champion, undefeated, taking on Regis Prograis, WBC 140-pound champion, one loss, close to Josh Taylor, but enough of that. I'm trying to sort out why I examine my comment section and I see certain posts, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and people are vehemently saying, yeah, Devin Haney is going to knock out Regis Prograis. Now, the first thing I want to say is this. The last time Devin Haney knocked someone out was in 2019, I believe. Antonio Moran is a guy I think he was. He has 6 losses to date, 1 knockout loss that came to Devin Haney. And as I mentioned before, that was in 2019. We're flirting with the end of 2023, moving into 2024. And one of the things that does happen, I have to acknowledge this, as you continue to ascend the ladder of competition, when you fight guys that are good, Jorge Linares, you know, I knew he was going to cook Kambosos, but Kambosos, you know, he did beat Teofimo and lift the belt off of him. You fight guys like Lomachenko, it becomes more and more difficult to score knockouts over opposition. I get that and I understand that. But I think it's also notable to mention that you think about a guy like a Gervonta Tank Davis, where essentially all his fights are knockouts, no matter who he fights, with the exception of Isaac Pitbull Cruz, which I think is the last time he did not get a stoppage victory, and we know that he had a busted up hand. Regis Prograis is the epitome of a knockout artist, his last fight, which was lackluster, admittedly, and I want to leave off at that point for just a moment. I did a breakdown, Devin Haney, Regis Prograis, keys to victory for both combatants, things each would have to do to ensure victory for themselves. You get an opportunity to check out the video. I will put a tag for that in this video so you can get to it easily. But my borderline fence riding prediction is in there. I've gotten in trouble before in the past where I pick power over technique, and I'm like 0 for 3 in those predictions. I don't want to go into the details of that, but I think it's a scenario where we have to look at the fighters that we have available to us or in front of us, that being Devin Haney, that being Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis is a notable puncher, went the distance with Zorilla recently, did not look great in that fight, but scored a knockdown early, was controversially knocked down himself, ruled a slip, but he landed heavy shots, and he showed why he's a guy you don't really want to make a mistake, a critical arrogance, because he does have legitimate power. Now, one of the things or areas where I'm very critical of Regis Prograis is his delivery system is super awkward. He throws punches as if he's throwing a football or a baseball, and I feel as though he could get even more power and at a better range distance if he delivered more traditionally. However, he's a professional prize fighter that's experienced a lot of success in his career. I guess at this point in time, there's no going back and trying to undo what works for him the best. Devin Haney, as I mentioned, he's not a knockout guy. He's been labeled pillow-fisted. He couldn't punch his way out of a wet paper bag, stuff like that. I'm comfortable saying that certain fighters have more power than other fighters. Totally good with that. I stopped short of telling people that a guy flat can't punch or he can't score a knockout. I think where I would get in the boat with that is if you are looking at the combatants. Regis Prograis has proven to be durable. He's been operating at 140 for quite some time now. Devin Haney's moving up to that weight class to challenge for a 140-pound title, putting his undefeated record on the line. Regis Prograis is very tough, very durable, and he's the kind of guy that you're going to have to either dog, like beat the shit out of, or straight knock out with a single shot. And Devin would have to show me that before I'd ever lean that direction. If I had to predict which way a knockout would come, if that was going to happen during the course of this bout, of course, I'm going to lean towards Regis Prograis. He has double time power. He can damage you, lump you up, disfigure you, or he can put you out with a shot to the chin. He can drop you. For Devin Haney to ensure victory, as I've been thinking about this fight, because I have been going back and forth, That's what's great about this fight. That's what makes it compelling. When I think about Devin Haney moving up to 140 pounds, one thing I can almost certainly ensure or guarantee, guys who don't have big pop or that, you know, that real thudding power that deters individuals, because you go up a weight class, you don't get it. You either have it and you carry it, or you don't have it and you have to be more technical. Now, the one thing you do get going up in weight is you're less drawn, you're probably going to have more energy, you're probably going to be in better shape, and you're going to be more physically strong. Being able to fight on the inside, handle a little more damage, be a little more durable. Not the chin, so to speak. If you're chinny, and I think Devin Haney's a little chinny, then you just kind of chinny. You got to be smart defensively, be responsible in that respect. But going back to Devin Haney coming up to 140 pounds, I don't see a scenario where now he has crazy pop, where you got to respect his jab from the perspective of you might get lumped up by a jab. You think about, now these are guys are in higher weight classes, but you know, a triple G style jab where it feels like you're getting hit with a right hand. If you go down to the lower weight classes, guys who have really fantastic jabs, I like the jab that Terrence Bud Crawford had against Errol Spence. That was a very, very offensively aggressive jab with the purpose of doing damage, right? Principles of the jab: measure, distract, damage. Typically, Bud Crawford likes to measure and distract, draw you in, then counter you over the top, and then dig to the body. With Errol Spence Jr. fight, he had a very damaging jab. But we knew him to have respectable power regardless. I don't see that happening for Devin Haney. A scenario where he could figure out a way to get this done is he has enough physical strength and enough power and delivery precision with his lead hand where Regis Prograis really has to respect it, and then he's living outside of the jab. If you look at his previous fight against Zarria, this is not a known puncher. Well, he is a known puncher. He has more of a wild style, but he's not a known jabber, boxer style fighter, that being Zarria. He went to a jab style approach, more boxer, puncher style, and Regis had to struggle a little bit to get through that. Now, Regis has the ability to close the distance beautifully, very quick, and land power. Devin Haney's a much better fighter than Zarria, with a much more educated jab that he throws with much more variety. If the jab can be sharp enough, stinging enough, where Regis is not just going to walk to Devin, then you can see like 10 rounds to 1, 11 rounds to 1, somewhere in there where Regis just boxes, gets the right hand off to the body upstairs, sweeping right hand as well, moves, stays out of trouble, frustrates a Regis Prograis, and ultimately secures a unanimous decision victory. That's only if he can earn the respect of Prograis. If Prograis is walking to him like, look, I'm getting caught left and right, whatever you land in combinations, but Prograis just still walking to Devin, he only needs a couple shots. He really does have power like that. And he can hit a guy that's chinny like Devin Haney and make some sort of difference in the fight, even if he has to come from behind. Pause. Ultimately, I think that fans who get hopeful for a particular outcome start saying things they know not to be true or really mean. I can't see a scenario, not saying it's impossible, but I can't see a scenario where Devin Haney flat knocks out Regis Prograis. Unless he's doing 3-4 punch combinations with dumbass accuracy and the power and the physical strength is there to deter a guy like Regis, I just can't see it. But for those of you out there telling me Devin Haney can get a stoppage win, and I'm talking about a knockout over Regis Prograis, I need to see how you see that, how you factor that considering all the facts, the information that you have available to you. How does Devin the Dream Haney get a knockout victory over Regis the Nightmare Prograis? This is your boy JG. This is the Punch Report. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Close fight. I'm 51-49 on this. I'll probably drop something later tomorrow to really just kind of solidify my prediction, be consistent on the channel. Let me know what you guys are thinking. This is your boy JG. We out.